time in the street. All I know is that first, you've got to get mad. You've got to say, I'm a human being. God damn it. My life has value.
Black power to the people out there. This is your man, Rasta B. And you are listening to In Black America Radio. Obviously, this is a Friday. This is October 21st. The title, Voting Power, Spending Power, or Economic Power. Choose one. Choose one. We're going to build on that. We're going to build on a lot of current events, a lot of other different things and things of that nature. The call-in number is 646-716-4654. Yeah, we're going to talk about Trump. We're going to talk about the election, voting. We're going to talk about the voting power, what it means, definitions, spending, economics. This all came about because of a story dealing with Chinese in America that I'll build on later. But before I go any further, let me go ahead and bring in Smoke. Smoke, are you there?
Yup. What up, man?
Shit, man, shit. What's good, man? It's Friday.
Yeah, big Friday, you know what I'm saying? No work tomorrow. You know how I go. Friday.
Shit,
Friday is always good.
How was your week?
It was a good week, man. Just watching these little stocks or whatever, seeing if they're going to make a move or, the one in particular that we looking at, you know what I'm saying? I mean, other than that, it's just planning, you know what I'm saying, see what next moves I can make. But mostly this week, it's just been watching P-Hop, you know what I'm saying, and see what that stock do.
Oh, okay. That's, shit. I didn't delete it. Something I didn't want to delete. That's what it is. Yeah, I work from home. I ain't really do much, you know what I'm saying, attention to a lot of this election stuff. You know how I already picked, you know what I'm saying, was already saying how Trump, you know what I'm saying, I was on that, the Trump side of the things, you know what I'm saying, so I'm looking at what's going on right now, and I'm like, wow, man, if the media is right, then, if this is not going to be a Brexit situation, then wow, you know what I'm saying, it'll be curious to see if it's, you know what I'm saying, once, let's say if Hillary do become president, we still don't know, you know what I'm saying, we still don't know, it's still early, but if Hillary do end up pulling it off, I'll be curious to know if the Black Power energy still rock under Clinton, since we know it didn't rock under the first Clinton. So that'll be a little something to check out. Yeah, so.
Still got a little ways to go to see if that's gonna happen or whatever. I saw an article on MSN, and it was talking about Trump. He was speaking on Friday, and like he had more of like a subdued like energy, you know what I'm saying, according to them. And they said during his during the talk or whatever, he admitted there's possibility that he could lose. So they kind of try to like portray him like, he got a little chip in his armor, so to speak, you know what I'm saying? So we'll see.
We'll see, man. We'll see. Still early, so.
Hillary, man.
I remember that. Remember Gore versus Bush, you know what I'm saying? I remember that. Right. I remember everybody rocking with that shit all the way to the end. And the only face you saw next was goddamn Bush, funny looking face. You know what I'm saying? That was the face you saw. I'm gonna tell you what's crazy. If we wasn't doing the Blog Talk Radio that day, I would have just went to bed, you know what I'm saying, and just woke up on a night And I'm like, yo, shock me, you know what I'm saying? I don't even want to see the run-up. I just go to bed and shit, you know what I mean? And just be like, wake up in the morning just to see who
Yeah, I've tried to do that, but, usually I'll be up until something crack, you know what I'm saying? So, it's on, just to watch it all the way through, I usually be flipping channels or watching something else, so we'll see.
Got any current events you want to speak on?
Well, yeah, it was a couple things that I saw that was kind of, you know what I'm saying, crazy or whatever. You remember the black man, Seville Smith? He's from, where you from? From Milwaukee.
Yeah.
And he got killed back in August.
By cop.
Yeah. So I see an article that's saying that the cop that shot him, Dominique Hagan Brown, he was arrested for sexual assault. So the same officer that that killed my brother Seville Smith.
And the messed up thing about that is you killing the black man out here, and then you sexually assaulting these black women out here because you're a cop. Go ahead, Simone. Continue.
Yeah, because you're an animal, you know what I'm saying? That's just really one facet of you, you know what I mean? So, just reading off the article, this is a Daily News article. It says a Milwaukee police officer who shot and killed a man in August, setting off protests in the city, allegedly sexually assaulted incapacitated victims, tried to pay for sex, and snapped nude photos of unsuspecting acquaintances, according to authorities. So Dominique Hagan Brown, 24, so this is a young boy, a 2-year department veteran who once performed as an amateur rapper, shot and killed Seville Smith as he fled from a traffic stop on August 13th. So, it just pretty much go through, what happened during the shooting and shit like that. But this dude, pretty much, he's a rapist, so...
No, he's a fucking weirdo. He's a predator. He's a weirdo. Nah, that lets you know the type of mind frame that you have to be a cop. You got to be a fucking weirdo. Because the reason why I said about the sexual assault situation is because I read an article that said he sexually assaulted a boy.
Yeah.
Smoke.
Yeah, he cut off? No, yeah, cut off.
Nah, I finished talking. I just finished saying. I heard he sexually assaulted a boy.
Oh, no, yeah, so, I mean, just to go into just to go forward in the story or whatever, they're saying that an unidentified man who said that he watched TV coverage of the protest with Hagan Brown at a bar the night after the shooting claims that the officer raped him.
Yeah, raped him, yeah.
According to a criminal complaint filed by the Milwaukee County District Attorney's Office, the unidentified man claimed that he drank too much with Hagan Brown and was completely zonked out of his gourd. A security guard told authorities of seeing the men on August the 14th. Hagan Brown arrived at St. Joseph's Hospital with the drunk victim the next morning, and as nurses provided aid to the man, he allegedly flipped out when he saw Hagan Brown, whom he connected with through Facebook over their interest in rap music. And so he's saying that the dude was saying, help me. He was touching me. He said, according to the complaint, he raped me. He allegedly said later. And he's saying the man remembered drinking 2 Long Island iced teas, 3 shots of Hennessy, a pink drink, and discussing music with Facebook friend Hagan Brown. And he said that the officer, he bragged about being able to do what he wanted to do without repercussions, according to the man or whatever.
He's a fucking weirdo, man. Fucking weirdo. Like, you can't. There's nothing else to even say about that. He's a fucking weirdo. He deserves his head chopped off. Now this is the story
like
here.
This is the type of motherfucker we dealing with.
I mean, you still standing on that one? Or you I mean, I don't want to go too long.
No. Go ahead. No, I was just saying this is the type of motherfucker we dealing with.
Yeah. But now the next shit that really we could build on is the Bobby Smurda case.
Right, yeah.
So they got, you know what I'm saying? Bobby Smurda, this nigga, they gave him that 7 now. So now he got to eat that 7. He know what he getting, that 7. Too.
Right.
So Bobby Smurda was locked up since, what are they saying, December of 2014, all right? Wow, we're coming to another December right now, all right? Following his arrest during a police sting operation in Manhattan, he was charged with counts of conspiracy to commit murder, reckless endangerment, criminal possession of a weapon, and more. Again, let me do this again. He was charged with counts of conspiracy to commit murder, reckless endangerment, criminal possession of a weapon, and more. And after a series of delays, jury selection in the case was due to begin last month. However, a plea deal was struck with authorities last month, with Pollard or Bobby Smurda pleading guilty to conspiracy to possess weapons and possession of a weapon. So let me say this again. He was charged with counts of conspiracy to commit murder, reckless endangerment, criminal possession of a weapon, and more. Pleaded guilty to conspiracy to possess weapons and possession of a weapon in exchange for having his other counts dismissed. He was sentenced to 7 years in prison, but was granted credit for time served. He will also spend 5 years on probation and also waive his right to appeal the sentence. On Wednesday, he was officially sentenced in Manhattan Supreme Court and will reportedly be released in 2021. I was forced to take this sentence. I did not want to take this sentence. I was forced by my attorney to take this plea, Smurda told the court, according to reports. Let's build on that, Smoke. What you got to say about that?
Well, I mean, the charges that it's like he pleaded for charges they wasn't even charging him for. Like, that's crazy, man. Like, it just pretty much railroaded him. You know what I mean? It's just, you know, you go back into the stories, and you know how, you know, the raid was set up. You know how they was just sitting outside of the studio that they was at, just randomly picking cats off coming up out, not randomly, but picking off people coming out of the studio. That gave them the right to, and you know, go and have a search warrant after they catch a couple people with weed on them or something like that. That's how they went and ran into their studio. But I mean, overall, is like you said, it's a young boy, and they destroying the youth young. You know, you see this brother trying to work his way out of the hood, and from what it seems, just like the police had, they have vendettas out for them. You know what I'm saying? And it's like you see them grinding, but they still in the hood, and it goes back to this story we spoke about with the Hagen Brown cop killing Seville Smith, and now he raping somebody. This is what these cops do. So you know the cops in our area, they know these kids. They know who Bobby Smurda is and all of them. They just go in there, railroad those kids down, bring them down. They don't want them to see them come out the hood. So it's just like another story that, unfortunately we deal with every day. You know what I'm saying? It's another 100 Bobby Smurdas across the country. You know what I'm saying? Young boys going to jail and getting sentenced, getting lengthy sentences. So I mean, it's sad, you know what I'm saying? It's like just to see like that happen to him, because it was like, you know, it's almost like he was powerless. You know what I'm saying? It's like everybody is getting these 7 years. You know, the other two co-defendants on his case or whatever, and it's like, you know, according to, you know, his quotes, they have him, and he was forced to take it. So, you know what I'm saying? It's sad to see, because they're not really nailing him. They're not nailing him on anything. They don't have him for murder. They don't have him with possession of a large amount of drugs. You know what I'm saying? If he had a gun on him, the gun sentence ain't 7 years. So it's like, you know, you just see it's just a classic case of police railroading a black man. You know what I'm saying?
Well, you know what I gotta say about it? This is Bobby Smurda messed up, because this is what he should have did right here. Hold on. I'm gonna tell you what he should have did. Hold on. Here you go. You see what I'm saying? You hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
Did you hear what the song says?
Nah, you gotta turn it up a little bit.
All right, hold on. Let me try to get that shit turned up.
I can hear it, but I
how
can't quite hear what it's saying.
Hold on. Can you hear it?
I was only 17 at the neighborhood. Hell, I'm still out this crib because my cat takes my wheels. I'm up in the morning for an hour. Get there when it's dry. High risk, this is the mother was born tall by the lake and gave his grandma. I'm keeping on that heavy and I'm smoking on them buds. I remember when I used to do the same shit. My ass, I was running up and do it. Oh, nigga. You got a bunch of motherfuckers.
What song is that?
You hear it?
I can't. What song is that? Yeah, I can't figure out what song is that.
Man, take that shit to trial.
Yeah. I ain't trying to go to trial.
Yeah, take that shit to trial, man. Y'all, because of what you just said. The gun charge is 3.5, and you already been in jail for what? Damn near 3? You know what I'm saying? So it's like, shit. Take that shit to trial. You the fucking artist. You got paper. When I say paper, I ain't even talking about money. I'm talking about paper as in, yo, I got paperwork showing I wasn't even in town during these times. You see what I'm saying? Y'all niggas, because this is what taking the plea deal. Taking the plea deal is saying, I'm not going to fight you. I'm going to accept whatever you say. I'm going to say I'm guilty, because once I admit guilt, all my rights are taken away. So they scare these little young niggas, which I don't understand, because I'm like, if you're talking about you hard rock like that, take that shit to trial. Case an example. The white chick, Casey Anthony, murder her baby. Don't tell nobody the child missing for a month. Got police handcuffing her, lying, taking her all these different places she want to take them, not telling them nothing. Talking about some Zanny the nanny took her baby and all kind of weird shit like that. Talking cash shit. Motherfuckers still don't know where this baby at. You think she even had the death penalty on the table? You think she sat there and said, oh, man, let me get a plea deal? No, she took that shit to trial. These niggas sit over here and they get scared. Part of the game is getting killed and going to fucking jail, just like getting bread and getting all the women. All of that comes with the game. And when it's your time to go, it's your time to go. And when it's your time to go, you fight. Max B. You see what I'm saying? You got to fight, yo. Chad, the dude Chad from Black Hand and shit. 99 years. You see what I'm saying? You got to fight. You don't sit there now when you start. Yeah, it's like, so now he ain't got no fight. He got to eat that 7. And everybody keeps saying, oh, well, how old Bobby Smurf? What he like? Oh, what? 20 or some shit like that? Oh, that ain't nothing. He'll still come out young. And I'm like, yo, that's fucked up. No. Fuck coming out young. He ain't going to come out right in his mind.
Yeah, the old
yo,
that,
I mean, yeah. Especially, hey. So now he takes that because the story is the rowdy dude, Rowdy Rebel, was going to get 12. And Smurda was going to get 5. But they said if he takes 7, then the Rowdy Rebel will take 7. So really, he ain't had no choice but to take that because what you gonna do? Say fuck that, I ain't gonna do that, and then when y'all all is in Rikers together, what y'all piecing it up? Y'all ain't gonna piece it up. You ain't really got no choice but to do that.
Yeah, that's definitely between the rock and the hard place.
Take that shit to fucking trial. Derrick Rose, right? Derrick Rose.
Word.
Take that shit to fucking trial.
Word.
To the fucking trial.
There was all type of loops in her shit, you know, it's her story.
Lord. Take that shit to trial. No, I'm going to listen to my counsel. I'm going to listen to the prosecutor. I'm going to listen to weak niggas in the street. I'm going to listen to what the media is telling me I should do. No, take that shit to trial. We got a story right here. The Ross Harris story about the white boy who had his son, had him fucking strapped in the fucking car seat. He drives to work, leaves his son in the fucking car to bake in the car and die with the hot car seat shit. That nigga ain't taking no plea deal. That nigga taking that shit to motherfucking trial. Straight. They taking that shit to trial. They got another case. Andrea Snyderman or some shit, some Jew out here, where she and her lover is a Jew. They fucking around. Her husband, who's a Jew, their relationship is over. He going to the daycare center to drop their child off, who's a Jew, right? But he dropping their child off, right? And old boy kills him right in front of the daycare center. So they like, yo, shorty has something to do with it, but it can't really prove that because they took that shit to trial. Even though dude blew trial, and he's spending the rest of his life in jail, you know what I'm saying? He still got appeals. He still got appeals. You see what I'm saying? Those are still rolls of the dice that could get you out. You see what I'm saying? When you take plea deals, then that's what you take it. The end. That's it. That's what you take it.
Yeah, it's over.
There's nothing else to talk about. You said you guilty for this, right? Right. So sit your ass down. There's nothing else. See, when you go to trial, that's because you're saying, I didn't commit this crime. and I would be judged by my peers and let the evidence be shown and judge me by that. The people that take the plea deal, in theory, are the people that did it. So they just taking a lesser deal. You see what I'm saying? But they manipulate black people with this. That's why they always want to work with you. You see what I'm saying? They want to work with you because they know that hustling.
The whole plea deal is bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Because either you did it or you didn't. Because if I know I could stick you on 25 years on something you did, why I'm playing with you? Ain't no playing when they got you. So it's like all that shit is bullshit when they start talking plea deal. You already know you got something to work with if they want to do some shit like that. Because when they got you, plea what? Nah,
when they got you, there's no such thing as I got you dead to right, but we just feel so generous in our hearts to save the taxpayers' money that we don't even want to go through a trial with you that we know we're going to win because we have all the evidence to prove that you did it. So we're going to give you a lesser sentence for this crime that we have all the evidence in the world no pointing that you did it. So we can save the public money. Come on, man. That's not even make guilty.
That's the only thing you do. And if you pleading guilty, it's to save trial. That's it. Fuck it. Other than that, it's like, why would you make a deal with somebody you got? It's like, nah, that don't make sense.
You know, that's why black people got children. You know? And let me tell you,
you gotta have guidance for the young boys too.
But they said it on 13th that if every black person that went through the prison system went through a trial instead of pleading, it would bankrupt the system. But that's not new. They've been saying that since the 90s. You know what I'm saying? That's why I be saying, like, a lot of this is just repeating. I've been hearing that since the 90s. You know what I'm saying? Like, straight up, you go to trial, man. Straight up. Take your ass to trial, man. I'm not about to sit over here and fucking plea. That means I'm saying I'm guilty, and this is what my punishment is, and I accept my punishment, and I'm about to go sit down. No, that's giving up. Nah, you got one more last leg. And that's that motherfucking, and not even one more, because even if something happened through that, you still got your pills. You know what I'm saying? You don't forfeit that. Get the fuck out of here. That's crazy to forfeit that. You know what I'm saying? But that's what they do because they scare us. You know what I'm saying? And things of that nature. So I got another story.
All right.
Listen to this one. Memorial to Emmett Till blasted with bullets, but sign marking killer's home adorned with flowers. So they're saying that the person that killed Emmett Till house is adorned with flowers, and the Emmett Till's memorial, a sign showing where he was found at, was shot up with bullet holes. A sign marking the spot where Emmett Till's mangled body was found floating in the Tallahatchie River has been riddled with bullets, while a similar sign marking the home of his killer is adorned with flowers. The 14-year-old Till was kidnapped, brutally beaten, and shot execution style by J.W. Millam and Roy Bryant on August 28, 1955, after the teenager whistled at Bryant's wife to impress his cousins and some other boys. So they say. Related story. Okay, I wasn't supposed to read that. The men were acquitted after brief trial, and Millam later said they were more worried about getting caught for stealing an industrial fan blade they used to weigh down Till's body than they were about killing the black child. And motherfuckers wonder why we say Black Lives Matter, right? I didn't intend to kill the nigga when we went and got him, Just whip him and chase him back up yonder, Milam told Look magazine in 1957. But what the hell? He showed me the white gal's picture, bragged, oh, what he done to her. I counted pictures, 3 white girls in his pocketbook before I burnt it. What else could I do? No use letting him get no bigger. Local authorities tried to quickly bury his body, but Emmett's mother, Mammy Bradley, requested her son's remains be sent home to Chicago, where he held an open casket funeral to show the world what happened to her son. And the Black Weekly Jet magazine published a photo of the boy's mutilated remains. The Emmett Till Memorial Commission put up 8 signs in 2007 commemorating the boy's death to help encourage tourism and raise money for a museum dedicated to his memory and for courthouse renovations in Sumner, reports Slate. As Facebook users Kevin Wilson Jr. recently visited the memorial marking the spot where Till's body was recovered, and he found the metal sign had been shot dozens of times. The sign has been vandalized, stolen, and shot repeatedly since they went up nearly a decade ago. One of US 49 was stolen in 2007, and another in Tallahatchie County was damaged the following year. When the original sign marked the site where Till's body was found was tore down by vandals. Local authorities promised at the time to preserve the markers, saying they wanted to send a defiant message to the vandals, but the replacement signs was riddled with bullet holes by 2013, and the same sign remains at the site where Till's body was located, has endured even more gunshots, variety of angles. Yeah, and these are the people that we want to fucking talk and reason with and all kind of shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, fuck out of here.
That's it.
Fuck out of here.
Sick,
and you're not going to see that in the news. You're not going to see that shit on the news. You see what I'm saying? These are the stuff you got to read. You can't sit on and watch CNN and television for your information because you're not going to get that. They're not going to show you that. Only thing they're going to show you is the propaganda that they want you to see. But they're not going to show you all this hatred out here for your black ass. You see what I'm saying? So while you sitting over here preying upon each other and hating upon each other and trying to assimilate amongst a group who is openly at war with you, then it's like you sound crazy. You know what I'm saying? You crazy. Ain't nothing else to say about it. You bug the fuck out.
That's crazy.
You got any thing to say about that?
I mean,
or any? Yeah.
I mean, just with the whole Emmett Till shit. I mean, it's just the hate that's out there, man. You know, you look at like you watch TV and it's like, oh, you know, black people need to get over it. They're hanging on to slavery, blah, blah, blah. You hear all these narratives or whatever, and it's just like the smallest thing. You know what I mean? A sign can't stay up there. Like, what's wrong? Why you got to shoot the damn sign down? You know what I'm saying?
No,
like,
this is for 10 years. 10 years it's been going on.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
10 years.
You know what I'm saying? And then it's like, for it to have been so long ago, you know, people still hold on and embrace on to those hateful stories, those hateful moments in their history. You know what I'm saying? They still hold on to them.
Or
you know what I'm saying?
Maybe they don't. That shit is just in their nature.
Hey.
It's in my
I can't
it's
even,
in my nature.
Can't even argue with that.
I'm not even You know what I'm saying? I'm not even trying. It's in my nature. The cat hates the dog. You know what I'm saying? I mean, and the dog, you know what I'm saying? You know how that should go. But shit, I got another one. This shit right here might be interesting right here. White House officials will respond to calls to ban YG's Meet the Flockers.
Wow.
So
that's the
this
song
coming from all hip hop.
Korean.
Yeah. Some shit like that. Yeah, I might go ahead and try to pull that shit up real quick. But yeah, so the story goes, White House representative must respond to calls to ban rappers YG Meet the Flockers from public media. A page was sent out on the White House We the People petition website in September, calling for the controversial rap track to be banned from public distribution. It has now received 100,000 signatures before its October 22nd deadline. Oh, that's tomorrow. Meaning it must receive a response from government officials within 60 days. On the petition page, a message read, "The song Meet the Flockers by YG encouraged violence and crime to a specific ethnic group as one of the groups in North America." Oh, to a specific ethnic group. As one of this group in North America, I feel seriously offended and threatened. Please ban this song from public media and investigate legal responsibilities of the writer. It has been claimed the song incites violence against Chinese Americans because the lyrics form a step-by-step guide to how to commit a burglary, and the track opens with the lines, "First, you have to find and scope it out. Find a Chinese neighbor because they don't believe in bank accounts." It was released in 2014, but it returned to the spotlight when a Chinese American woman shot 3 intruders who entered the home, killing one of them in Atlanta last month. Protesters have also been demonstrated outside YG's gigs, most recently outside Irvine Plaza in New York on Monday night. YG, real name Keenan YG, previously told FM Magazine in 2014 he wrote this song simply to share his own experience of breaking into homes for which he served time in prison.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like, yo, my whole thing is this. This is how I pick up on that shit. You know what I'm saying? I like to look at it on another level. Ain't that funny? Right? Now watch this. You should do what we do. Stack chips like, and then you bloop that out. But what do they bloop out? Hebrew.
Stack chips like Hebrew.
Yeah, but it's like, why would you bloop out, you should do what we do, stack chips like Hebrews? Why would you bloop that out? That's not offensive. What are you trying to hide from me, Hebrews? And I know we talking about black Hebrews. We're talking about Jews. I want y'all to think I'm talking about y'all. And they blooped that out. Now we got Chinese, right? Don't even want to say Chinese. They want to say a certain group that is being targeted And it's like, who are you talking about? Get to the point. And it's like, oh, okay. We're talking about Chinese people. You know what I'm saying? Now, they want this song banned because, it's going to incite violence towards Chinese Americans and things of this nature. That's interesting, cool. But then when we walking around with songs, kill a nigga, shoot a nigga, bang on a nigga, you know what I'm saying? But everybody cool with that. Everybody could sing along with that. Everybody could ride to that. Nobody gonna buy your music unless you saying that. But when y'all, because now me saying nigga, and look, and they want to call you a nigga. Chinese want to call you a nigga. Whites want to call you a nigga. Puerto Ricans want to call you a nigga. Everybody want to call you a nigga and talk and, yeah, my nigga and all kind of shit because it's hip-hop, right? But then when hip-hop say, okay, well, let me not just rob other niggas. Let me rob some Chinese. Let me go shoot up some whites. Let me go fucking, you know what I'm saying? Then all of a sudden everybody want to get offended and now, we don't like that.
It's also like it's the political power, it's the economic power. It's for them to be able to say like, yo, we offended by that. Cut that out. Mm-hmm. Shut that down. You know what I'm saying? And you saw that with the Peter Liang shooting. You know what I'm saying?
No, wait. We're going to get into that. We're going to get into that. Let me get into this music real quick, because that's the perfect segue right there.
Right.
Can you hear that?
Turn it up some.
Find a house and go for house. Find a tiny neighborhood. They don't believe in bank accounts. You find a crew and a driver. Someone ring the doorbell. And someone that ain't scared to go with it. You pull up at the spot. Ring the doorbell and knock. Make sure nobody's home. They go, okay, it's fine. Don't be scared, nigga. You in now. If the police come, you gon' find out who your friends now. That ain't talking. You find a house and go for house. Find a tiny neighborhood. They don't believe in bank accounts.
YG.
Hey, find a Chinese neighborhood and scope their asses out. Instead of y'all kicking in other poor people's fucking doors and shit, and y'all just giving back the same broken TV that somebody done stole out your shit. You know what I'm saying? Y'all just walking out your own shit in poor neighborhoods. Take y'all asses to the same people that come into your neighborhood and take money out your neighborhood through gas stations, through fucking Chinese restaurants and nail salons. Yeah, that need to be fucking ding, 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 ding. Yes, they supposed to be getting taxed for being in your neighborhood.
Actually,
they supposed to be paying dues. Let me tell you, that's what the police is. The police is not there for you, black people. The police is there for business. And for the business people, that's why they got signs in near your gas station that says no loitering. Yeah, these are agreements that the business people make with the police. That's why you notice. If you notice in some communities, you might see the gas station might have a big sign that say, "We appreciate your business," and stuff like that. They do that because there was backlash in communities where a lot of the people was killing a lot of these foreigners in our communities running these stores. And then that was like a couple of years back. And once I started seeing that, a lot of people was just stop murking them. Then I started seeing these signs pop out of nowhere talking about "we appreciate your business." Now let's get into that Chinese though. Let's get into that Chinese though, because that's that economic power. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
and
I mean, just No, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm gonna alley-oop it, but to get into that Peter Ling story from New York. But that's the economic power. All that time we seen the Chinese slowly coming into our neighborhoods, smiling in our parents' face and shit like that, and acting like they down with us and they got culture and all kind of things of this nature. That's how they maneuver their way in. You know what I'm saying? Then their child, they was taught how to treat us. So when we grew up, we had to deal with their asses, and they already grew up with the racism towards us. They're looking at us as just people that gives them money. That's it. Your spending power, you're giving your power to the Chinese, you're giving your power to the East Indian, you're giving your power to the goddamn Arab, you're giving your power to the Jewish person, you're giving your power to the fucking white man, you're giving your power to the fucking Spanish person if you up north, you're giving your power to everybody except the black people. That's only a small amount of people that's given that power. And then we walk around pridefully saying we spend $1 trillion a year, knowing good and damn well we don't have an economy. So if we don't have an economy, that means that $1 trillion we're dumping that shit somewhere. But where are we dumping it? We dumping that shit out the window. So what happens is when you don't have the economy, you don't have the power. So when you don't have the economy, when you don't have the economy, you don't have spending power. You only have spending power when you have an economy. And when you have an economy, then your vote is powerful. But because if you don't have the voting numbers, then you can use your economic power to buy politicians and buy political strength. You don't need to vote. I don't care about voting because I influence everybody up here. And then that's when you can then be into the position where you can change policy, where you can listen to somebody say, like how the Jews do, don't talk about us in your music. Don't talk about us. And then guess what black people say? Don't talk about the Jews. They'll shut you down. Gays, same situation. Don't talk about gay people. Oh, no offense to the gay people. I was there to each his own. I don't want to offend nobody. Now you got the Chinese position themselves the same way. Now you making these songs and you're saying, yo, rob the Chinese. They don't want to hear that hip-hop shit. They don't want to hear that First Amendment shit. Now they want to tell you, yo, cut that shit out. Go back to robbing niggas. Go back to committing crime on my own. You see what I'm saying?
Crazy.
And then go ahead, Smoking, and let's talk about how Chinese economic power works. Let's get some examples.
Well, I mean, you just saw, we just spoke of two examples of with Peter Liang and the other example. But I mean, it's when I think so much of Chinese economy, power, and so forth, I look at it like how we contribute to this shit. You know what I'm saying? It's like, on a day-to-day, driving around. In your day-to-day travel, just going to work, wherever, you're going to pass 4 to 5 or more Chinese establishments, whether it's a Chinese store, a restaurant, depending on where you're at, you're going to see a supermarket, a hair store, and other stores that you don't even know is there.
Wait, let me interject in that because we always say that, but this is the part we always miss out on. Them niggas own the whole fucking plaza. They own the whole fucking plaza. If you, there's a huge plaza, right? down on a block, right, on Memorial Drive out here, right?
Mm.
Yo, only shit in that huge plaza, the only shit in that huge plaza is a Chinese nail salon. That's the only thing in that plaza is a Chinese nail salon. So that lets you know that Chinese own that plaza.
Right.
Because you cannot tell me that nail salon is making that much money that they're paying rent in a plaza that they're the only ones there. That shit used to have a Family Dollar, no longer there. That shit used to have a Big Lots, no longer there. That shit used to have a whole lot of stores and shit, no longer there.
Wow.
It's a big-ass, empty plaza. And I see a lot of them shits like that. If you really look at plazas and the businesses leave out of there, the only thing you're going to see in them plazas is going to be a Chinese business, a Chinese restaurant, a Chinese, you know what I'm saying? And you can't tell me. So that means they're not charging their people. They're overcharging you, but they're not charging their people. And there's nothing wrong with that. We have to get on board with that.
Right again. Right.
Straight up. That's how we got to get that shit, man.
Yeah.
So let me read this.
But it's like,
what you had something you had to say? Yeah, go
no,
ahead.
I was just gonna say, like, we fund those shits. You know what I'm saying? So it's like we get up, we work hard, we get our paycheck every 2 weeks, a week, whatever, and then we go in those stores. You know what I'm saying? So we buying something to eat, buying some hair care products, we buying this, we buying that. We funding their economy. You know what I'm saying? So I can't say what the portion of the economy is, like what we contribute to it. You know, the actual number, but you know it's a lot. You know what I'm saying?
100%.
100.
100 fucking %. Because you got to think about it. You think Chinese people walking inside Chinese restaurant eating Chinese food? You feel?
No, but I was just thinking in the sense that, like, you see others do that shit too. You know what I'm saying? You see white people in there eating fucking Chinese restaurant and others too. It's not as much as us. Definitely not. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? It ain't as much as us. So it's like we're their major.
But I get what you're trying to say. I get what you're saying. You know, it might as well be 100%.
You might as
well fucking be. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's 50 or 20 or whether it was 1%, that's too much. Straight up.
Yeah.
Too much.
It's basically saying like, yo, if the black people said we're not eating at your shit no more, and you relied on white people and Spanish people and Arabs and other Chinese, y'all niggas gonna go broke. Y'all go broke in a fucking
they would be out of
the
business.
year's out. Yeah, before the year's out, motherfuckers be closing down shop. You know what I'm saying? Shipping their asses back to China. Straight up. You know what I'm saying? So that's where our $1 trillion go. That's where that should go. So when we don't have economic power, because I was about to read into this right here. What is economic power, right? It is the power to produce. Huh? Oh, it is the power.
No, I was just gonna put you on speaker.
All right, and to trade what one has produced. Let me read that again. Excuse me. What is economic power? It is the power to produce and to trade what one has produced. In a free economy where no man or group of men can use physical coercion against anyone, economic power can be achieved only by volunteer means, by the volunteer choice and agreement of all those who participate in the process of production and trade. In a free market, all prices, wages, and profits are determined, not by the arbitrary whim of the rich or of the poor, not by anyone's greed or by anyone's need, but by the law of by the law of supply and demand. The mechanism of a free market reflects and sums up all the economic choices and decisions made by all the participants. Men trade their goods or services by mutual consent to mutual advantages, according to their own independent, uncoerced judgment. A man can grow rich only if he is able to offer better value, better product, or better service at a lower price than others are able to offer, right? So they're talking about economic power, right? They're talking about that strategy in that game. That and if you understand economic power, and after I read that, how the fuck you gonna say, oh, me as a man, I run my house, and a man's supposed to run his house? How are you worrying about running your house when you're supposed to be making product in on that free market, making trade and selling your product and making that bread on the world stage, and you worrying about running a house? Like that shit bugs me out. I'm like, I don't understand that shit. You worrying about, like, come on, black man, come on. You worrying about running a house and not free trade, not making products, not producing, not creating, so you can go out there and compete with men and get that bread? No, you want to run a house? Come on, man. Don't start letting this system fuck with your head and effeminize you and make being weak strong. Like that shit trips me the fuck out. Smoke, you there?
Yeah. That's crazy.
Yeah, but you understand what I'm saying? Like how can you talk about? I'm just saying. Let me just ask this question. How can you talk about running? I'm a man, and the man's supposed to run his house. After reading what is economic power, it's the power to produce and to trade what one has produced in the free in the free market. And with a free economy, men or a group of men, they're not going to use physical coercion to make one another have to buy each other products. But it's how your services is, how your pricing is, and that whole engagement. How the fuck is you doing that? And you're going to talk about, oh, I'm running a house. You see what I'm saying? I'm running a house. No, you need to be out there on that front line making products and doing what, yo, go ahead, Funk. Go ahead. That shit is crazy to me.
No, I definitely, because you touched on what I was about to say, kind of with the, making products, you know what I'm saying? And, like, out of everything, that's the one thing that stood out in the definition that you spoke on, because when you look around, you don't see much of that. It's definitely not on a large scale, you know what I'm saying? And you see now, sneaker companies, people selling sneakers and gas sneakers and toilet paper companies. So it's people are trying to move in the right direction, but I mean on a mass scale, it's like, if I want to print T-shirts, where I'm getting the T-shirts from a black company that make T-shirts, I don't know one. You know what I'm saying? It's probably gonna be your boys. It's probably gonna be your boys. You know what I'm saying? They probably got it. Them people. So it's like, to really start anything, somebody else got their hand in it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like when we start to make products and start to, create, farm, and bring things like that, we could start making money with no hands in it. You know what I'm saying? And like, that's the main thing. I mean, I agree with your point of, as a man, you should be trying to, make things happen, create things instead of worrying about the crib so much, So yeah, I agree with that too. But it's about producing, that's the engine of the economy is having those products, being able to produce it, having markets, and we don't control any market. So it's just like we consistently in that cycle of working to help produce these markets and keep these markets thriving. You can name any one, and then the money we make off of it, we go and put that into another economy, somebody else's economy, and keep that going. So we keep the workforce growing, and we just, we keep the work being done, by being in the workforce, and then we fund people's economy. So it's kids going to school off of, our people slaving all day at the restaurant or wherever you work at. It's somebody kid that's eating nice off of that. Somebody on vacation because of that, and just living good lives because of what we doing. So we have to kind of we got to pull away from that and start creating that circle within ourselves, where it's like you working for a black company, the money you create, or the money you make and earn off of that, you spend it with black companies, and you keep things going in a cycle like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. See, 'cause my whole thing is this. I remember, and this is how you could tell the change. I remember when Chinese didn't get fly. I remember when you used to see Chinese motherfuckers driving around in pickup vans. Not pickup vans. Like those, like the full vans, caravans or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like the worker vans. You know what I'm saying? Like they was driving around in that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like. Now, these motherfuckers riding around in Lexus, Cadillacs, you know what I'm saying, Ivy League schools and all kind of shit, you know what I'm saying? That's when you're a people that's saying we're going to better our generation in this country and groom them to be a higher class. You see what I'm saying? If that makes sense. Like, we're going to groom them. That's what black people did. And we got punished for it dealing with white people. Our problem is, it's like we're scared to do it again. Like our generation done got so fucking wore down that we think that it's far-fetched for us to be on that type of level again. But all we have to do is breed that. 3 generations. Now they fly. Now they out here, you know what I'm saying? Now, look, Jeremy Lin, the basketball player and shit, and look at all them Chinese showing up at the game support. You know what I'm saying? They made that. They showing you what power is. Them Chinese went out there and they saluted Jeremy Lin. You think they did that because Jeremy Lin was this great basketball player? They did that because he was Chinese. That's something that black people, we lost. We don't want to salute because you black no more. We want to fucking turn our head now because you black. Or stick our middle finger up because you black. When everybody else, they celebrate when one of theirs is doing their thing. That's a celebration for the race. We have to get back to that race first. You know what I'm saying? That everybody else has. But we're too busy trying to, like, we're dealing with this relationship with the white man and shit. So we sitting over here swinging and tap dancing and all kind of shit with him, trying to figure out how to please him. And it's like, nah, man, we need to be worrying about ourselves. Straight up. Because when this white man lets your hand go, you're going to look around and you're going to see everybody else have economies except you. And you're going to be begging, trying to scramble to build something up. And it's going to be too late. And they're going to lock us into a permanent underclass. Claude Anderson been saying it. That's economics.
Yeah, that's a scary thought, man.
You know what I'm saying?
Scary
now we got
thought.
voting power. Now we got voting power. That's what we have. Voting power, right? So voting power is They say voting power is concerned with a collective body whose members decide by yes or no vote whether to adopt a proposed resolution. The decision rule under which the assembly operates specific whether any particular proposed resolutions can at all be put to a vote, and if put to a vote, what kind of support it must have among the assembly, yada, 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 yada. So the whole point of the voting situation is just a body. You see what I'm saying? It's just a body. So there's nothing wrong with having a body that you can call upon to cast a vote. The problem is that don't mean nothing if you don't have no money, if you don't have an economy. If you have an economy and you have voting power, a voting block number, then you swing in power. If you just have if you have voting power and you have economic power, then you have a gun with bullets. If you have voting power and you don't have no economic power, then you just have a gun. You know what I'm saying? With no bullets. And you just hoping nobody try you. You know what I'm saying? That's it. There's nothing else there. There's nothing else there because you need the economic. So now we got African American spending. This comes from Black Enterprise. Spending power. There are 43 million African Americans in the United States, 13.7% of the total population. The second largest racial minority in the country. The median age is 32 and 47% at under 35 years of age. Even with these impressive numbers and buying power, most mainstream advertisers are not inclusive. Do not include African Americans, blah, 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 blah. The Nelson Company study entire customer still grow, blah, blah, blah. The report's finding, which will be present at the June conference of the National Association of Black African American Population. Okay, they said that the Nelson Company found that the African American population is an economic force to be reckoned with a projected buying power of $1.1 trillion by 20. Well, this is the whole article by 2015. So this is 2016. Also worth noting, the population of African American consumers' growth outpaced the rest. Also worth noting, the population of African American consumers' growth outpaced the rest of the population by 30%. Additionally, the demographics younger, more educated, and have higher incomes than commonly believed. According to the study, between 2000 and 2009, the number of African Americans attending some college. Okay, so what does all that mean in business terms? It means African Americans wield tremendous buying power. The Nielsen study showed numerous shopping trends, most for household, health and beauty, travel, smartphones, and child-related items. The Nelson report is very encouraging because it shows the African American population is a tremendous financial asset to this country's economic recovery. So that is very disheartening. Let me see, can I find this is from 2013. That's very disheartening. You know what I'm saying, to hear that. To hear that we think spending power is a good thing, but spending power just means these are a group of people. Basically what they're saying is, this is a group of people that y'all neglecting, but this is a group of people we can target, and we can sell them anything and make money off them. Look at the stuff that they spend now. Travel. So guess what? We can sit there and sell them a lot of travel bargain stuff, but we don't really want them to travel.
They know that.
So we're
shit
gonna
like
sell
that.
them.
Shit
Yeah,
is
you know what I'm
crazy.
saying? They don't really want them to travel. So they're gonna sell you all the bullshit. So now you're getting 1.1 trillion and 1.4 trillion and stuff like that we spending. But again, if you don't got an economy, then there's no economic power. If we were spending like that within a black economy, and that 1.1 trillion was just flowing and circulating in our own community,
Right.
then trust me, then you'll understand power. You'll see us balling, but it will make sense because we can understand legislation and pass law. But the shit that we doing is just throwing shit out the window. That's it. Spending power.
Exactly.
Anytime you hear a black person say that, you should look at them crazy. Spending power. Fucking solid.
They said 1.3 trillion. That was for 2015.
No, they're saying 1.1 trillion by 2015. Yeah.
Trillion.
And I'm like,
Trillion.
you know what I'm saying? And the whole thing.
Wow.
The funny thing is, if you don't have an economy, if you don't have something to put that in, you see what I'm saying? Then it don't matter. We could have fucking $200 trillion spending, but if that money is gonna go to the Chinese man, and the Arab man, and the East Indian man, and back to the white man, and to the Latino man, then guess what? They're gonna benefit off of our trillion. It's all gonna be about how many of them can hustle us out of our money. Because we don't have nowhere for us to put our bread. That shit is crazy.
Yeah.
Economic power. A lot of the economic is driven by what? By banks. But the economy is driven by what? Banks. What is the motto in the black community now? Put your money in the black banks. So at least that 1.1 trillion could go into what? Black banks. Or at least some of that, I should say, could get curved into the black banks. But how many of these black banks are coming out here openly trying to get the black person account? Just speak on that, Smoke.
Sure. I mean, they not. I haven't seen it. I hadn't seen it. And I mean, it could be easy. You know what I'm saying? Especially with the momentum from, Killer Mike and his movement and just, forward. Stories you're seeing of like celebrities moving their money and shit like that is like the perfect timing for it. So we had spoke before about it, but you could have like going to the colleges. You know what I'm saying? And setting up. We could. I remember comparing it to like how for anybody who ever been in college, how the credit card companies was there. They have a table there at the like at the freshman orientation or any of those type of events where like a vendor or somebody would come in. The credit card companies always would come in. Oh, sign up for this, you get blah blah blah. Fill your thing out, you guarantee to get a card. Credit card company, you know what I'm saying? So it's like the bank could do that. You know what I'm saying? And it's not something that's going to be detrimental to a college student or anybody. It's going to help them. It's going to help. It's going to pretty much be a help for everyone in the long run. So they could be promoting like that. So I hadn't seen that at all. You know what I'm saying? And to play off what you were saying.
You would think they would do that, and there's a lot of places they can go to the black colleges. They can go in front of the goddamn grocery stores in the hood. You know what I'm saying? In black communities. You know what I'm saying? In predominantly black communities. Go to the churches. Talk to the church. Talk to the preacher. You know what I'm saying? Try to solicit him for, you know what I'm saying, to move his fucking money into the. And then, or if you can't, let me walk in here and talk to some of your people and solicit them to open up accounts. You know what I'm saying? In the black bank. The number one thing I hear is what? The number one thing I hear is what? Damn. I don't know what no black bank is in my area. So they hear people. Well, why don't you Google it? And why don't they come out and show their face and show good business?
Yeah, because see, that's gonna be a part of it. Because I mean, the reality is what you just said. There's not a lot of black banks around. It's not like a BOA or any other large banks where you know there's gonna be an ATM or a branch pretty much on every side of town. So we understand that. You know what I'm saying? But you know, other banks have to create the other perks. You know what I'm saying? Come out and talk to the people. Like, I saw the CEO of this bank. You know what I mean? They give people the faith in putting their money in there because it is going to be some, it's going to be some challenges to it. You know, it's not going to be an ATM everywhere. But when you get those monies in and you got it, cash flow coming through those branches, then they can expand to other branches. And then that'll have more accessibility for others, other account holders. But, it's going to be struggles to it. That it is what it is. But, like you said, coming out and showing the faces of the executives and, the people that's in the boardrooms or whatever, that'll instill some type of faith in the people to put their money in there, you know what I'm saying? And at least be able to, deal with, any struggles they might have, as far as accessing the money or whatever. But do you got one line, man? You could do like bill pay and all that. Most of these small banks got bill pay and everything. So a lot of stuff you can pay your bills online and stuff, make it easy. So yeah, they should just come out and talk to the people, man. Come out and talk to the people. Like let them know that.
Washington Mutual does.
Right.
Washington Mutual came out.
WAMU.
Yeah, commercials, all that shit. Everybody knows that WAMU.
You gotta know people gotta know what's up, man.
So my whole thing is without an economy, as your driving force. Because you got to remember, this whole shit is free market capitalism, and it's about supply and demand. Who don't know about supply and demand and black people dealing with drugs? Who ain't more creative than black people? You know what I'm saying? Who ain't more creative than black people? We are creative. The consumers are white people. What happened is we end up following white people. That's where the whole term of keeping up with the Joneses come from. Right? Keeping up with the Joneses is poor people. You know what I'm saying? This is white people shit. Keeping up with the rich people. White people deal with classism. That's what the keeping up the Joneses is. Credit cards and all kind of shit like that. All that bad credit and all that. This is white people shit. You know what I'm saying? All this is white. This is a white people game we're in. And we're playing their game, not learning the game. The ones who win the game want to hustle the blacks who don't know the game because we're easy targets. When we got to build ourselves up, and it starts, and I keep telling you, it starts with your children. Yeah, it starts with your fucking children first, so they can learn and understand what's going on. Stop hiding the children shit from them. Let them understand, man. We got to build an economy. It's very important. Once you have your economic power, your spending power, all that shit going to go hand in hand. Then again, raising your children up to understand how this economic shit works and how economics work, guess what? You can also raise your child up to get into the politics, into the councilmen, into the aldermen, into these seats, you know what I'm saying, of political power, to position yourself for that.
Right.
That's how we infiltrate and deal with this system of white supremacy. We got a black caucus. And that's exactly what the fuck it is, a black caucus. A black caucus. You know what I'm saying? And that's exactly what the fuck it is. We don't got no economic power, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, that's what the fuck y'all are, black caucus. That shit crazy, man.
Yeah. You gotta get it together, man. Gotta get it together. But I mean, out of those three, you need that economy first. So, you know, when you speak of like voting power and spending power, economic power. When it's spending power, we need to use our spending power for our economy. I guess you can say that, you know.
That's why I said go hand in hand.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? To have the economy, you're going to be spending. You're going to be spending to build your economy. You know what I'm saying? Choose one, it's economic power, man. It's economic power all day because without money, even Tupac, for all the Tupac fans out there that are still out there, you know what I'm saying? We ain't get too old.
Nice level.
But it's like what Pac said, you get your money up. Now it's time for me to go to war, right? Can't go to war if your money ain't up. We walking around begging white people.
Exactly.
We in their house. We in their house. This is their country. Oh, what do you mean this is their country? You know why this is their country? Because we got black America. But no, we keep running to white America. And then we wondering why things keep happening to us. We got to rebuild black America. We already see what the white people doing. They gentrifying our neighborhood. You know what gentrification is? Gentrification is, I'm going to starve these niggas out in this neighborhood, economically starve them out. That's what they do. They economically starve you out because they control the money. You don't. You just work with your spending ass, with your spending power ass. So you stay out there on the outline. When they shut the doors and say, we're not going to allow you to come in here and make no more money in this economy no more, then we're stuck and we have shit. We have to rebuild black America. So we are producing again and trading again. So when we get into these political fights, we're dealing with money. And we're saying, no, we want more money allocated to the black side of America. Straight up. We want more funding over here. That's what we're fighting for politically. State by state. That's why elections is important. State by state. Because we got to make sure in this black district, there's a black man in this district here to make sure we get the stuff that we need. That's how it works when you have that power, the economic power. But when you don't have an economic power to fund your interests and fund the politicians there to fight for you, then all you're doing is voting people in who is getting money from people that is working against your interests. And you're always going to lose. Go ahead, Smoke. Smoke.
Yo. My bad.
Yeah.
I dropped my thing. What you were saying?
I said go ahead.
Oh no, I dropped my thing, so I was trying to catch up with what you were saying.
Oh. Nah, I was just flowing. I was just basically saying, like, yo, without bread, you ain't got no economic power.
Yeah, pretty much, man. Pretty much.
Yeah, you just voting and no, that's what I was saying at the end. I said you just voting. You're voting for somebody who's going to be taking money from somebody else who's going to issue policies that work against your interests. But when you have economic power, then you're paying the politician. So when the special interest groups come in and they say, yeah, we want to fuck over this black community. Hey, they go Smoke over there. Hey, Smoke, man, we got some money that we want to give you to fuck over the black community. You like, nah, I'm good, yo. I don't even want to talk to y'all. Get out of my face. You see what I'm saying? Because you're getting funded by the community. The community taking care of me. So I'm literally there to fight against that. When this company wants to do something, guess what? I'm screaming nay on that. I'm fighting against it. You know what I'm saying? I'm influencing the political friends to vote against that. You see what I'm saying? That's what economic power is, and you adding that in with your voting power. But when you just sitting over there with no economic power, that means I'm not paying Smoke. So Smoke is up there now working, busting his ass for the people, but he ain't got no real money and clout to do shit, to do deals with these other people and getting bread for political shit, you know what I'm saying, the things of this nature, and trying to get other, re-elections and other bullshit. And it's like, yo, I'm not funded and smooching and got to kiss ass to the corporation. Corporations have money. So if the corporations and the politicians have a sweet relationship, guess what that means? That's money and politicians having a sweet relationship. We get it. So guess what, black men? It's time to start building corporations. Black women, it's time to start building corporations. And then now it's going to be black money talking to politicians. Now, this is what we want. This is what we pushing for. That way, when we catch white America on a weekday, on a recession, and all kind of shit like that, guess what? We could stop monopolizing and say, guess what? All right, now that it's a recession and they getting foreclosures in this community here, let's stop buying up property over here now. Push the whites more up in the middle, you know, say more over here, more over there, whatever. We can gentrify areas, you know what I'm saying, and control areas and things of that nature. That's how we could play that political game. But no, they too busy got y'all silly niggas on some emotional trip. Oh, somebody called me the N-word. Oh, he got a Confederate flag. Oh, they don't like black people. Yo, man, get all that emotional shit up out there, man. While you worrying about emotions and dealing with people's words, they're collecting properties and dealing with legislation bills and pushing you further and further wherever the fuck they want to push you. This is a game, yo. Figure that shit out. Stop hoping, wishing, praying, and all that shit. Because you're only praying to the white man since he gave you the story. Smoke.
Yeah, I mean, the economy shit, I mean, we build that up through business creation. You know what I'm saying? So it's like we could all create businesses. Like I wanted to mention a story because I saw it on OZ.com, and it was about, well, you know, the name of the article it said Trap Kitchen L.A., where former gang rivals cook for Kendrick and Kobe. So I'm like, what the hell? I'm like, let me look at this. You know what I'm saying? So it's about this, company is called Trap Kitchen LA. It's a plate-by-plate catering service, and it was started in 2003 in Compton. So it's, two, former gang members from Compton, Malachi Jenkins, his nickname is Spanky Hannes, and Roberto Smith. He go by News. So, both of them is from, they're from Compton. And, they had a backgrounds, according to the story of their, just gang backgrounds, hood backgrounds. The average shit that somebody in that area would be going through, you know what I'm saying, or just in the ghettos, in our ghettos, you know what I'm saying. So, they started a company, Trap Kitchen LA, and they cook for, locals, celebrities, people in the area, whatever. So one thing I found that I thought was cool is like they charge $10 a plate. So they got, you get your plate, $10, whatever they got on there, $10. But they sell anywhere up to or more of about 100 meals a day. So $10 a plate times 100, times 100 meals, 100 plates. You know what I'm saying? You do the math. And so, these two hood cats put their minds together, you know what I'm saying, instead of being in the street. They're making money. They, being caterers, being chefs, you know what I'm saying, and they put their minds together to create a business. A lot of people know how to cook, and there's other things that we all know how to do that we could monetize. So in the article it's saying,
but let me just interject real quick. It's not just the monetization. We have to look at shit like what it is, yo. Business is war. You know what I mean? So it's like if you open up a restaurant in your community, black man, black woman, you're supposed to say to yourself, this is war. I'm coming over here to since everybody on that drug tip again, this is my trap house. You know what I'm saying? This is my block. I'm locking this shit down. These are my custodies and shit. And it's like, I'm taking over spots. I see that Chinese restaurant over there. Scope the neighborhood out. See how many Chinese restaurants you see in there. And then what you do is you say, you know what? That's my competition. You see what I'm saying? When they lock up shop, put some glue in they locks. You know what I'm saying? So they can't open up the locks quick. You know what I'm saying? When they time to open up shop. You know what I'm saying? That way your shop open and theirs is still locked. You know what I'm saying? Play little shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's war, man. We gotta take back our neighborhoods and our communities, yo. And we gotta take it back economically. We got food droughts. We ain't getting clean water. But more importantly, we ain't got no fucking economy. So if we ain't got no economy, that everything else is the result of not having an economy. What's happening in Flint?
So pause right there.
Result of not having an economy. Go ahead.
So when you say like a food drought, you know what I'm saying? It's funny you say that. So in that same article talking about those same two brothers, they're saying in South Los Angeles, organic and healthy food is hard, difficult to come by. So it's saying the area is classified as a food desert by the USDA, meaning grocery options are lacking and fast food chains dot most corners. So it's like you pretty much eating at McDonald's or any of whatever the local fast food chains. People, you see the movies and people talk about I guess Willie Burgers and shit like that or whatever's over there. So they're saying that, the Trap Kitchen, they address the issues by the menu that they provide. So instead of, going and eating or providing the same food that you would get at one of the fast food chains, they bring in a healthier option. So, it's affordable because you're going to spend $10 to eat at the very least anywhere. You know what I'm saying? So to get a full plate of food for $10, that's for fast food in a sense. You know what I'm saying? That's pretty good. That's cheap, and then there's healthier options for what you get. So, you got the monetary, value. They're making money off of selling their product or whatever, but then they also helping the community by giving people a better option because they're saying that South LA has the highest obesity rate in Los Angeles County. So in that LA area, South LA has that obesity. They're the highest one. So, and it goes back to the lack of the options, where it's fast food everywhere. So they're
and the sad part, but the good part about that is this: because their food does it, it's fucked up. But because the food does it, that's a great opportunity for Black entrepreneurship. You know what I mean? Like, that's a great opportunity because I'm going to tell you, that's what the Chinese thinking. That's what that Dominican thinking. They look over there and say, oh, shit, it'd be a great thing to place over here? A liquor store? Nah, nigga. A supermarket.
Like they do it in their communities, and it works. They love it, and then they come to our communities like, oh, they don't got that over here? Oh, bomb.
Yeah.
We going to provide that for y'all. Okay.
And guess what? And here we go. Thank God. I knew praying the white Jesus was going to bring a supermarket here to town. Now I get to shop at Simply Cheap Food. And, you know what I'm saying? It's like, so we bring it
in a whole,
at one point.
You know what I'm saying? You giving a whole generation of kids bank accounts and all type of shit. What do they call them? What do they call them joints that when they get to a certain age, they get the money? All of those type of accounts. You know what I'm saying? It's like, they, we provide that. We provide the American dream for everyone else, but while it's being zapped from us. It's being zapped from us, but we provide it for others. It's crazy.
And they don't even play it off no more by saying, all right, we're going to open up this supermarket in this black neighborhood, and we're going to just hire their kids, I guess, to work in there, pay them cheap, but we're going to be making millions off their ass. No, now they'll be like, yo, we open up a grocery store here, we hiring our own people, and maybe 5 of your people. That's it.
Yeah, off
just spend your money.
Everybody don't want to work in the store. And then they're going to put the fucking worst food options in there. So, everybody know what's in the hood stores ain't in other stores. So it's like we're going to get the worst food options, and it ain't nobody benefiting off of it in the end. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, shit. When was the last time we had the worst food option in history?
What you mean? Like in slavery?
Yeah, slavery. We were given the worst food option. Now we're still in slavery getting the worst food option. Shit is fucking amazing.
It's just dressed up and look pretty, you know what I'm saying? They can dress it up for you, and, with cost, 2 for $5, you know what I'm saying? $1 menu.
Yeah.
Oh, hell yeah. He's like, $1. All right, cool. $3. I got me a meal. You know what I'm saying? Fake food and shit, you know what I'm saying, with the GMO vegetables and fruits and all that shit. You know what I'm saying? Make it a little cheaper. But it's like, at the end of the day, we not benefiting off of it at all. So, to go back just to the trap kitchen, cats is like, to see that happening, that can happen all over our communities, every community. You know what I'm saying? People just taking advantage of, things that's lacking in the community. So a lot of times we complain about shit, but at certain days we could provide that shit. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I mean? Shout out to them. And that's just the steps that we need to take. You know what I'm saying? More of us need to be opening kitchens and restaurants and mechanic shops and things like that. You know what I'm saying? Instead of wanting to ball out. Because at the end of the day, we funding somebody else's American dream. You know what I'm saying? While we spending ours away. So, you know what I'm saying? That's really what it's about. Creation of businesses, trading between ourselves, bartering and so forth and so on, just to get that economy, bustling.
Yeah, we got to, because this whole shit. See, the thing that we got to understand about America, this whole shit is a game. This is a hustle. Ain't no hustle out there without no money. You see what I'm saying? Ain't no hustle without no money. We know this already. So we got to understand that it's a hustle. So we got to understand that we're in a capitalistic society, capitalism, right? You do me a favor, Smoke, and look up the definition of capitalism. So the actual definition can be out on record. But we're in a capitalistic society. So we're in a society that's centered around money. You see what I'm saying? So it's like you can't sit here and think you're gonna operate in a system with and being financially illiterate. That is crazy. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy. Everything is a hustle in America. Everything. This ain't no country that you live in. This is a company. So you got to watch for the tricks. Everybody trying to come up. And if you don't know no better, they will come up on you. That's how this game goes. So I'm going to read a little something from the title. Oh, you got the definition?
You said of capitalism, right?
Yeah, let's get that definition.
Yeah, this is an Oxford Dictionary. Capitalism is defined as an economic and political system in which a country's trade and industry are controlled by private owners for profit rather than by the state. Synonyms: free enterprise, private enterprise, free market.
Wait, can you read that one more time?
Capitalism is a noun. Definition is an economic and political system in which a country's trade...
Stop right there. An economic and a political system. That's what capitalism is.
Power, economic power.
It said and. It didn't say or. It said and. It's a economic and political. Goes hand in hand, left hand, right hand.
Traditional.
We walking around. Yeah, we walking around talking political, but not talking economical in the capitalistic society that lets you know that it's an economic and political system. So can you continue that, read that definition one more time, just for the record?
An economic and political system in which a country's trade and industry are controlled by private owners for profit rather than by the state. And the synonyms are free enterprise, private enterprise, and free market. The free market.
That's what we need to be worried about. Not worrying about running no damn house. We need to be worrying about the economic power of the black race, of the black community, of black America, of the black world. Whether you're in the islands, whether you're in the continent of Africa, whether you are a black person in a foreign land.
We have to come together and show economic power. We don't got to get along. We don't got to sing Kumbaya. All we have to do is understand that together we're stronger. Economically, physically, group, whatever. You see what I'm saying? We there's no way in hell we're going to make it scattered as a scattered people. No way. We don't have to be kumbaya. Listen, you can date outside your race, black man and black woman. You can bleach your skin, black man and black woman. You can wear your weave. You can do all this sucker weirdo shit that y'all doing right now. Just keep your money amongst the black people. That's it. Walk proudly with your goddamn white woman. And when somebody say, look at him with a white woman, say, but I keep my money in a black bank. Oh, okay, right on, brother. What else can you say after that? You know
Brought to you by Rasta B.
You know what I'm saying? Shit. What else can you say after that? Man. You know what I'm saying? So we got to keep this economic power within the black community. That's what we got to focus on. You know what I'm saying? That's what we got to focus on. So we can build these black businesses. So these men can come out here and compete. And we can use that bravado and that ego and all of that rah-rah shit instead of being feminine, shooting at each other on the block and all kind of shit because niggas really like each other. Let's go out here now and fucking compete on the world market. How about doing that? Let's build product and stuff and do that. Let's sit around and shit and niggas drinking and shit and we talking about how we taking over fucking shipping posts. You know what I'm saying? And how much product we move in overseas in land grabs and in commodities and things of this nature instead of talking about how much dope pushing inside your neighborhood. That's sucker shit. You know what I'm saying? That's not no man shit. That's some sucker shit. You know what I'm saying? Let's get back on this man shit and let's talk about business. Let's talk about you having a business on your block that you can walk out in front of your store and nobody can tell you to move because that's your shit. Now you really run the block. Nobody, police, nobody can do nothing to you. That's your shit. You are a businessman. You are a businesswoman. You are part of an economy, even if it's just you. So that's power. You can walk places and say, I'm the owner of, and people will look at you different. That's power. And that starts at various ages and stages in life. These are things that we have to engrave within our children. These are things that we have to raise our children up under. When we look at our children, we can't look at them as stupid and they don't know, or the only thing they're only going to know how to do is sports and all kinds of stuff. Nah. We have to show our children and let them understand that America is a capitalistic society. And well, mommy, what do that mean? Daddy, what do that mean? That means it's driven by economic and political power. Well, what do that mean? It means that economics is money. That's dealing with money. Politics dealing with law. And when you put that together, that means money controls law, legislation, bills, policy in this country. So if you're not part of the economic power, then you're not going to be able to control the
the political power. Simple as that. Oh, okay, Mommy and Daddy, thanks for letting me know that. Because Puffy them keep telling me rap the vote and rock the vote and everybody to vote, vote, vote. But I didn't think my vote count. Well, it doesn't count if you don't have no damn economy. Straight up. Let me read this real quick. Citizen United took a case to court, a case to the Supreme Court in 2010. This is why the Supreme Court shit is so important, to have your justices on there to sway certain decisions that you want. Claiming that the corporation had the same, Citizen United took a case to the Supreme Court in 2010 claiming that corporations had the same First Amendment right to free speech as people. Corporations had the same First Amendment right to free speech as people, and as such could give money to political campaigns, and the courts agreed. Now an investigation by the Intercept has uncovered evidence that foreigners are in fact given to campaigns in the presidential election and given big. They saying that foreign nationals is a term that covers individuals, corporations, and government. None can legally put money into the United States political process directly, but there's a loophole in U.S. law about corporations, explained the investigator. If a company is incorporated in the United States, then it counts as an American corporation for U.S. campaign finance laws. And that means any corporation incorporated in the United States, no matter its ownership, even if it's 100% owned by a foreign citizen or even a foreign government, it would still be considered an American corporation. You see what I'm saying? So it's like things like that happen. It don't happen just happenstance. That shit happens because these guys got money, and these guys talk to these politicians, and they write up bills, and then they issue that shit into the sessions, and then this is where they usher people to come in and vote. That's where then that comes in. You see what I'm saying? And all they do is, okay, it failed this time, no problem. We'll usher it in another time. We'll sneak it in another time. You see what I'm saying? That's what they do. We can do the same shit. The only reason why we don't is because we keep America, and we fight for this country, and Kaepernick is on his knees and not praying for this funky-ass American anthem. It's like, yo, this is a capitalistic society that's based upon economic power and political power. All that emotional shit, nobody care about that. Nobody care about no flag. Nobody care about no goddamn anthems. Nobody care about no pledges. Nobody care about none of that shit. This shit is about money, and this shit is about political power. That's what it's about. Y'all keep worrying about the emotional part, and y'all going to suffer every time because they know how to pull your string. Y'all got to get back on this money shit. So, shit, we about to be out. You gotta say anything, Smoke, in this last 30 seconds? Y'all go to that YouTube page.
Nah, I mean,
Black America Radio YouTube.
Get that economy up, man.